Just the usual disrespect I get on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
They're not in school anymore, Austin. They can't hurt you.
No.
I'm bringing you a message from This American Dice. We now present the fourth episode of Masks. Manateen, Helix, Captain Football, and Shadow Boxer, as they attempt to figure out not only who they are as teens, but also combat evil and... Wait a minute. The music. Your human beat has moved me. The rhythm. It's got me going, got me flowing. Yo, you knowin'. Please join us now for another exciting episode of This American Dice Presents Masks, Episode 4.
So our next scene is going to bring all you guys back together in the lunchroom. So it's lunchtime here at Bay Valley High School. And the first thing is the lunchroom is super crowded. They've tried to kind of like figure out how to schedule lunches so that the tremendous number of you that are all at this school, because it's essentially two high schools squished together. They've tried to figure this out, and it hasn't necessarily worked super well, so everything is very crowded. The other thing is there's a lot of buzz that you hear, and I think we see a few panels of like just how crowded the place is, like this really long line of students waiting to get to buy lunch from the cafeteria. And like somebody being like, man, by the time we even get there, these chicken tenders are going to be cold as week-old shit. Another guy's like, you eat week-old shit? And he's like, that's not what I said, idiot. Like, those two guys are in line. But then we hear other people, like some girls who are cheerleaders are like, did you hear what happened out on the football field today during the morning drills? Like, I think Biff got really hurt. Like, and another girl goes like, was it one of those Halcyon? And here's a question for you guys. How do the Bay Valley students view the Halcyon City?
Halcyon hunks because we're so good looking. Because the Bay Valley kids are not good looking.
Okay, let me put this a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that could come up. What is their negative impression of you? Do they think like you guys are snobs? Do they think like, oh, they're from like the shitty part of town? Do they think that you guys are from like the dumb school?
They don't participate in Bay Valley's rich tradition of school spirit enough.
Okay, so do they think you guys are like outcasts or losers or something?
Yeah, like everyone who goes to Bay Valley High is like really unironically like really their high school, and all the Halcyon kids, just normal like high school, is just like high school, whatever, and they're just like they're tainting our high school experience.
Okay, so yeah, so one of the girls is like, it's probably one of those probably one of those Halcyon freaks. When some of them came here, I thought they were hunks. Give me a lobotomy. I can't believe I thought that. And one of the other ones is like, they probably all had lobotomies. And then
another one was like, I still think they're hunks.
Yeah, but it's just Captain Football dressed in a wig, like hee.
Yeah.
No,
and I'll punch you if I hear otherwise.
Yeah. Then we have then we go to like another group of kids who are like they're very dressed up. They're like wearing suits, and they're like, oh, I hear that assembly is gonna be really, really big. Mrs. Beth, the debate teacher, she said that we're gonna be in for a real treat at this thing. And they're like, do you think it's one kid's like, do you think it's going to be what some of the local political candidates? And one of the other kids goes, well, I mean, the election's coming up in just a couple of months, probably. And then we shoot over to our crew of super teens, and I'm just going to say for the shit of it, you guys are all at least coming together when we first see you guys.
Together.
So we know each other's secret identities and everything, right?
I'm going to say at this point, you guys either have to or you have a reason to associate with one another. No, fuck it. Just to make this easier, you guys do know each other's secret identities because otherwise this will be
makes the most sense.
like, in case anybody received any football injuries, simulation.
Yeah. Are the other three like dressed up, or is just wearing your normal thing you would wear at school?
Yeah. Is everyone else dressed fancy?
Wear my varsity
Anya's wearing like
jacket.
a nice, sort of like a businesswoman reminiscence type suit.
Okay.
Like
Anya
big
looks
shoulder pads.
Yeah, it's slightly outdated as well. Yeah.
Anya looks like the female assistant attorney, assistant DA from early Law and Order episodes.
I just started watching this. Well, SVU. But anyway, yeah.
Wade Hammond is wearing his varsity jacket. His like Letterman jacket.
Yeah, he's got all the letters for both high schools at this point.
Oh, it's like going full military dress uniform.
Yeah. Ooh. And what is how about Manateen? You had described Fitzsimmons, Manateen's alias, as a fancy gentleman.
Yeah, he's a top hat on.
Okay.
Just so I know, people look at you. What do they see?
When they look at me,
Yeah.
they see somebody who's kind of portly, not just a little chubby, but he has human skin, and he has
What a totally
It's like-
says.
very like loosely fitting human skin, though. It's like kind of baggy human
So you're
skin.
kind of a crappy facsimile of a human person.
Yeah. And like his teeth, he has like two really big like front. His teeth are pretty giant.
Okay. So we have kind of a squat.
I'm imagining just like a T-shirt that just has like a cabbage head on it. It's like
Yeah.
people love this.
I feel like this is like a Roger from American Dad situation where you're constantly having these different outfits, but you just look exactly the same. This way, you put on the wig, it's like everyone just sort of like, oh, you're that now.
Yeah, like my bottom teeth aren't. There's no actual individual teeth on the bottom row. It's just kind of like a white,
No one says anything. No one wants to mock your dental hygiene.
It looks like I'm wearing what do you call those? Captain Football. What are those? Things I see you putting in your mouth?
Oh, mouth guard.
Yeah, it looks like a white mouth, like just a white mouth guard of
Oh
teeth.
yeah, when those girls were talking about like they're freaks and like I can't believe we thought they were cute. We must have had I should get a lobotomy. They specifically looked over at Fitzsimmons like, ugh. And Fitzsimmons
Just like chewing like carrot cut or something.
yeah, exactly. You've got like just a tray filled with vegetables, and you're
Yes.
just chewing on them.
I am a vegetarian, but I do need to eat frequently and high volume.
All right. So yeah, you guys all four of you kind of come together, and I think the last person that we see actually come into the shot is Wade Hammond, who like gets escorted by one of the assistant. It's Principal Leigh, and she's like Hammond, you were a star player on this team. I don't know what's gotten into you, but you better keep your nose clean for the rest of the day while we sort all this out, because honestly, I don't know if you'll be wearing that jacket by the end of the day. And she kind of like looks up at you, and she's got kind of these like very like she's got a bowl haircut, and that makes her look like it's very like not bowl haircut, but kind of like this like 80s like bowl up in the front hairdo, and she's wearing like a business suit with shoulder pads, and she's like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen here. And that's kind of like her message that she like leaves you with as she's like, now eat lunch and then Back to my office.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the Bay Valley principal,
The
right?
Halcyon High principal. So that's, I think, that your old principal. And like both of them, they brought all of the staff here.
Which one was Nunez? Was that that's the new one, right?
Yes, Nunez is. I had said Dondelinger. Nunez is the.
Oh, Donnerlinger? Okay.
Dondelinger, but no, you had initially said Nunez, so I'll have to change that later. Nunez is the principal of of Bay Valley High School. Nunez.
And that's, didn't we like there was some further goal or some nefarious plot or something, right?
Yeah, Principal Nunez was involved in based on a file that you guys saw but was destroyed afterwards, in getting the swim team to attack your school.
That's right. I knew it was something like that. Gotcha.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway,
Getting
so
angry again.
I think Nora is over here when she joins up. She's got this it was like a sundress, but it's like too big for her, and she's like constantly adjusting it, like very uncomfortable. It's probably like to add a tragic and like a thing to this. Just that's probably her mom's, who's dead now. She's like, oh, I hate wearing dresses.
Sounds like her mom. You haven't watched it at all since then.
Yeah,
it was the dress she was wearing when she died. No,
The inside's like covered in
blood all over.
yeah, this used to be white. Now it's a weird red brown. You can kind of sit down at the table, and there's like a ton of eyes like glaring over at the four of you pretty regularly. Most of the people, when you look back like towards them, they kind of like look away, but there's a lot of eyes on you guys.
All right, I think Wade over here looks real fucked up, right? Like on the
Yeah.
He's seeing some shit.
Yeah, I think he's kind of
yeah.
I don't think he looks physically beaten up necessarily,
Yeah,
but
just
like
real
you guys can
emotionally.
tell he looks shaken.
Yeah, exactly. So I think
Go ahead.
Laura's gonna notice that, I think, and just like, wait, are you okay? Like, why was that stupid principal talking to you? Did you get in trouble or something?
Some Bayside Valley High piece of shit tried to pick a fight with me, but I showed him.
Like, she just rolls her eyes and just like, well, I mean, whatever. Like, we don't have to worry about this. You only have a year or two, and then we'll be real heroes. So this is all just, waste of our time anyway, right?
Right. Except
I'm
I'm
sure.
trying to.
We all know that.
I'm trying to make all states.
We all got your back.
So let's keep our eye on the prize.
Can you say that?
Well, hey,
Oh, hold on.
the Super Squad is better than State, isn't it? We got this. We got your back.
We
Thanks.
got your back.
Thanks, Shadow. But this is important to me.
Would you say that Shadowboxer's trying to comfort or support Wade Hammond?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to aim for.
Go for it. So when you comfort or support someone, roll plus mundane.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, guys, if you
yeah.
miss to mark potential.
Well, I don't have to worry about that because I got a 10 plus.
10 plus. On a 10 plus, they hear you and they mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels if they open up to you.
Whoa. Definitely clearing a condition.
Okay, makes sense.
I'm gonna no longer be afraid.
Okay.
Be like, you know what? You're right. Being a superhero is really important. And so maybe I just shouldn't be so worried about, crushing it on Friday so that I could make all state. And now that I'm not worried, I'll probably just do that.
All right.
Yeah, school's never been your strong point, but hey, you know what really matters is out there in the field fighting villains.
Yeah. And also getting out there on the field and really giving it to other guys. You know, really showing them who's boss.
You give it to them so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Man,
as Biff.
As long as you're giving it to guys like Biff, I say go for it. He had it coming.
He sure did.
All right. And on a 10 plus, Shadowboxer also can add a team to the pool or clear a condition.
Yeah, I'm not afraid anymore now that I know that Captain Football is helping us.
Okay.
Suddenly we're all violence against school children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is this? All right. So they have like TVs and that kind of stuff in here that you guys can like, that they'll have like scrolling through news. It's like hooked up to some kind of like Halcyon student news service. It's like news kind of around the city, but then there'll also be like dumb like educational bits like, let's go over here and see how the hydroelectric plant works, like that kind of thing. And one of the stories that they have is about Capt, the 5th member of the super squad. And they're like, it just basically says that like Halcyon authorities have declared that Capt, a member of the super squad, is wanted in a series of attacks on Halcyon City residents. And they're like the now apparently former member of the super squad was known for his bringing down mobsters and supervillains, including Ku Klux Cow, which we had brought up before. And it's a shot of this guy, and I forget which I said. Which one would be funnier? We may have said this already. Since his name is Capt, I thought it might be funny if it was Nick Cannon playing Capt, just because his last name is Cannon. But I'm imagining more of like a Sylvester Stallone type who just has like pirate ship cannons on his arms.
Yeah, that's way better. I mean, Nick Cannon could still play.
But yeah, so Nick Cannon with cannons on his arms, and he's like grizzled now, so he's no longer the young man in Drumline. He's now like a grizzled guy with a cigar or something like that. And they're like, and that's kind of like all that says about that. And then they're like, in other news, let's see how a poultry farm works.
Okay, so I'm gonna be like, well, I guess that's why we didn't see him around. That's crazy. I didn't. Is this something that happens a lot here? Has a hero ever gone rogue before?
Yeah, that sounds unusual. What would make a hero go bad?
And I think Shadowboxer remembers that conversation with Captain Awful, in which you could tell that the Awful Defender. Shadowboxer remembers that conversation with the Awful Defender, in which you could tell that she wanted you guys to specifically side with them over, like with her definition of what a hero was, over what Capt's definition of what a hero was.
But we were holding out for a hero.
Did anyone catch what he did?
I think the news story that he's wanted for like assaults on several Halcyon City residents. That's all that you got out of that news story.
Well, strange times.
Yeah. That's not a hero.
Is this like modern times?
Absolutely.
So do we have little like smartphones? Can we just look this up?
If you guys think that'll be good, then absolutely. If you think it'll like ruin some of the stuff and you should have to go a place to do that, then. But if you're like, I want to find this out right now, let me look it up.
Shadow, you look it up, and I'll live stream you looking it up. This is gonna be great. And Manateen, you turn into a manatee while he does it. Let's do this.
All right, cabbage, go.
Yeah. Anya be like, yeah, I'll totally look it up right now too, but she doesn't want to like really ever bring attention to the fact that she has like an ancient old flip phone, like an old Nokia.
So I think if you look it up, I think if you look that up just without some kind of role that I can't quite think of off the top of my head. Assess the situation could maybe work, but I think when you look it up, you find like similarly vague information. You know, it relates to like assaults, like plural. Some of the news stories like say like several, implying like even further like that it's more than one. I think you can even like quickly find like a statement from I think the awful defender Joan of Arc saying that like Cannon Cop is no longer associated with the Super Squad.
Man, he was the best one, except for Supreme, obviously.
At least we've still got Supreme.
Yeah, and our car wash coming up.
I say, oh, hey, I think that means there's an opening on the super team, the Super Squad.
Yeah. I talked to the coach about our car wash, and he said, up yours, kid.
All right.
Adolescence is crazy.
Am I right? The gods must be crazy. All right. Well then, I guess we can move along from that. Yeah. So the big thing here is pretty soon after lunch, you guys head to whatever like your next period class is after lunch, and Wade Hammond just goes back to like the principal's office, and like one of the deans is like, "Don't sit down, Wade." They want everybody to attend this, as many bodies as they can get in the room. They think it'll look better.
Okay.
And like all of your next period, your all fifth period teachers are like, when you get in, you could tell that they're like don't get comfortable. We're gonna be heading out in a second. Where are we going? What's going on? What's happening? And they're like, just chill out. Who's here? Hold on. Where's so-and-so? And they're all like taking attendance. And basically after everybody's taken attendance, you guys kind of wait around. Your teachers are drumming their fingers on their desks, kind of waiting, or maybe frantically being like, there's a test Friday. Be sure to study. Do this for homework. Like getting through this as quickly as they can. And there's an intercom that's like, Principal Nunez is like, "Hello, students at Bay Valley High School, and once again, welcome to our guests from Halcyon High. All students, please report to the auditorium for a special assembly. Teachers, please follow your students to make sure they arrive safely at the assembly. We'll see you soon."
It's like a hot situation.
Yeah, it's just a rendering vat that they just are pushing everybody into. But yeah, so you guys get to this auditorium, and I think the auditorium has they've had to like what have they had to do to make space for even more of you than normal? Because I think this auditorium could normally hold everyone in the school, but the school size has doubled. Or do they not have it in the auditorium and they have it in like on the football field? So yeah, so they load up the bleachers. They have like the field like covered in chairs and that kind of stuff, like it was graduation. And
hope they pulled Biff down.
He's still just up there. He's a skeleton now, actually. It's a grim scene that will give all of you nightmares.
But united in purpose.
Yes. Anya is reminded of terrors from back home, and I don't know wherever that is. But yeah, so yeah, you guys all kind of arrive, and for the shit of it, the ease of it, you can all be sitting together. I think one of the deans is standing by Wade Hammond. So wherever you guys are sitting, like there's like one of the disciplinarian deans is like standing like right near him, because like Wayne's very much in trouble. But yeah, they pretty soon. Principal Nunez comes out, and Principal Nunez is like an older guy, maybe in his 50s. He comes out. He kind of straightens his jacket. He comes out and he says, like, ladies and gentlemen of Bay Valley High School and our guests from Halcyon City High School. And I think somebody yells, Halcyon High, no city.
Bayside sucks.
And the dean, who's right next to Wade, is like, Wade, knock it off. And he's like, I'd like to present to you a very special event that we're doing in conjunction with the such and such organization for civic engagement. Please, I expect everyone to be on their best behavior, as this is being televised on local Halcyon Station 9. A debate between Mayor Sierra.
My dad said Mayor Sierra's a cut.
Yeah. and the guy's like, and the dean like laughs at that and is like, shut up, Wade. And but yeah, Mayor Sierra comes out. He had said that Mayor Sierra is a floating head in a jar who used to be a superhero. And so how does Sierra come out? Is it like, I can float out here? Is it like a spider body, or is it like a Krang situation, or like President Nixon's body?
Yeah, what if someone that puts it like, those old carts they used to have for TVs in school?
Mm-hmm.
They always bring in once teachers. If someone just puts on one of those and wheels it out.
Okay, sure.
Like she's potentially ambulatory, but this is like the ceremonial way of bringing her out.
Absolutely. She comes out, and then there is and they're like, and her challenger, and you hear Principal Leigh say, like, please, it's city councilman. They're like, oh, he's like, Nunez says, sorry, city councilman. And what is the name of her opponent, who is, and all of you guys know this already, always on the news talking about how superheroes are very bad?
Ron Davies.
Ron Davies. All right, so Councilman Davies. And Councilman Davies comes out, and
I heard Councilman Davies sold more RVs than anyone in the Tri-County area.
The guy's like, the dean is like, just watch and listen, Wade, for once. And by the way, this is my
said
whole.
He's a real businessman. He's a real businessman.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, so they come out. There's a moderator who's like,
we can't
please.
even vote. Why are they even showing us this?
And I think the dean says, like, more of you can vote than probably should be able to. But yeah, so here's how I want to do this. I'm just going to go back and forth with their points. And
I can't vote because I was disqualified as a felon.
And the dean says, "You're not a felon, Wade. If you were going to be disqualified, it would be because of." And I think he's about to point to his head, and then he just scratches it, and he'd say, "I don't know, maybe something else," suggesting mental incompetence. But yeah, so
what else, Dean? What else? I don't understand.
Hold on, and you guys have a long conversation about that. So long story short, Wade's not paying attention to this. But yeah. So here's how I want to do this. Like, I just want to go back and like get the general points or ideas that they're making, and we'll figure out what this actually is like later. And I'll kind of do like the fun voices and that kind of stuff for this later. I imagine Mayor Sierra is played by Tilda Swinton. So it's just Tilda Swinton's floating head in a jar. And then Councilman Davies is played by, who do we think would play this kind of
John
character?
Rhys Davies. John Rhys Davies.
John Rhys Davies, yes. So John Rhys Davies, who plays Councilman Davies, he's like, it made it easier for me to know how to respond to my character. But yeah, so it's John Rhys Davies. He's got like a little like Van Dyke goatee. He got his
it's Reese, not Rice.
John Rhys Davies, and he's got it's Councilman
There you
Davies
go.
as a character. And he's got his kind of Polly Walnuts grayed hair, and he sits down and so what is the first question that's asked? Well, let's do like their kind of opening statements real quick. Like, what's the big thing that Mayor Sierra says as their opening statement? Because Mayor Sierra's whole deal is, I used to be a superhero, and now I'm the mayor. I've decided to kind of serve the city through my municipal government mental efforts rather than putting on a cape. I would say she kind of brings up like the good works that she's done, how like jobs have been created in the city, how they've improved like infrastructure and that kind of stuff in the city, and how like there'll be, if we keep working, if we keep pushing ahead, we can really help this city. Councilman Davies, on the other hand, I think he kind of comes out swinging, and with something that's kind of personal to you guys. He brings up almost immediately how Sierra used to be a superhero, how there's people in this city who think that they're above the law, and then he specifically cites what you guys did in the first arc of the comic.
So that was a simulation.
The first arc, not in the last session. So in the first arc, when you guys fought against the swim team.
I see, but they had it coming.
So, but what does he say as the J. Jonah Jameson-esque like I hate that Spider-Man?
Yeah, the reason why we had to have it in this football in the hot sun, on this football field in the hot sun, is because the school is overcrowded, which is leading to educational problems and behavioral problems. And it's all because some upstart young kids decided to get involved, some sort of thing, cause a huge violence, destroyed government property.
Absolutely. He says like you want infrastructure to improve. Well, if we didn't have to rebuild the bridges in this city every other month, it would be able to improve. If you kids wanted not only smaller class sizes, but not have to be jammed into this field in the middle of a summer day, sweat out here, and kids are like, yeah, it's hot as balls. And you hear like, Matthew, stop it. Like you hear like that kind of thing. And he says, your own school. He's like, half of your own school was destroyed by people who thought they were above the law by who could put on masks and do whatever they wanted. And the people who helped us, and the people who showed up, not police, not firefighters, were another bunch of masked nuts who destroyed your school. And now look, here we are on an overcrowded field, hoping to go home on streets that might not even be there by the time the bell rings.
Wait, what's happening in the streets?
These streets
The dean
are
says,
where
wait.
I come from.
These are mean streets.
Yeah, so Anya might be kind of like intrigued by that idea. She might be like, oh, what if he's right? Like, what if we made things worse? Like, and Capt happened. Like, what if, like, so she as a Nova in particular, like, what if my powers are too dangerous?
Mayor Sierra kind of brings up like there have been some bad actors, but those people who put on masks and commit crimes are no different than anyone who would rob a bank. They're criminals, and those folks need to be stopped. There are people out there who are doing good. I used to be one of them. And I decided that I personally could do more good here. And while I don't agree with those teens who ended up harming Halcyon High School and think that there should be an investigation into exactly what happened, I do think that good people like the Super Squad are doing right. And that's when I think that this guy really lays into like the idea of Cannon Cop. Like Cannon Cop, yeah. Councilman Davies says, Cannon Cop is Cannon Cop should be called Loose Cannon Cop. He's got cannons. He's got cannons for arms, and no moral compass. Now he's out there attacking people willy nilly. No trial, no justice. This is exactly what happened here. You weren't given the opportunity to defend yourselves through law. You were just put upon by people who think they're above all that, who think they're better than you. And I think that this guy is trying to make you guys feel that you are not saviors. He's trying to adjust your labels to reduce your saviors and increase your danger.
What if we're already at max danger?
Ooh, then you can resist, or there's a problem, which usually means you have to take a condition.
Oh, good. I just freed up one of those, so let's do it.
Yeah. Are you scared?
I'm about to be. So do I roll again?
If you're rejecting. If you're not rejecting,
I'm rejecting it. I rolled a 7.
So Captain Football is rejecting Councilman Davies' influence. He rolled a 7. You can clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. You can shift one label up and one label down of your choice, or you can cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
Wait, so a 7 was a success?
Yes, a 7 or up is a success. It's just a partial success.
I see. And so in order for it to be... Can you give me the options one more time?
Sure, and I mean, I think you should be able to find them in that basic moves thing.
Oh,
you can clear a condition or mark potential, but you have to immediately act to prove them wrong. You can shift one label up and one label down. Your choice is you're like, that's not what I am. I'll tell you what I am. Or
I'm going to clear a condition and immediately act to prove him wrong.
All right.
And so I'm going to say, listening to him here, I've resolved my guilt about what happened.
Okay.
And Wade's going to stand up and he's going to say, shut up, Ron Davies. You don't know what you're talking about. We saved that high school from the evil swim team, and we'd do it again.
Okay.
And I don't care how many RVs you've sold in the Tri-County area. You don't get to talk about heroes like that.
All right, so he's kind of almost like revealing his secret identity.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How about Shadow Boxer?
Burying her face in her hands.
What's Shadow Boxer's game plan with that? Is Shadow Boxer down to accept savior down, danger up?
No. So am I reacting to the councilman, or am I reacting to Captain?
Let's do the councilman.
Wade, rather. Okay. So
Let's do the
councilman first. No, I'm rejecting that. I rolled an 8. I feel like I want to cancel their influence.
Okay, so you're like, you don't have any control over me. I don't have to listen to you.
Yeah.
You're not my real dad.
What's her name again? Ron Davies?
The councilman is named, he's named Ron Davies, and he's played by John Rhys Davies. Or that was the model for the comic. And then, how about Helix?
Helix will accept the stats change because she's sort of like considering what he has to say.
Okay. So Helix is like, we are more dangerous. How about Manateen? Or actually, before we get to Manateen, with Helix, what about what he says particularly like makes you go, oh my god, I think so.
The idea that our powers are potentially more destructive than helpful, which is something I at least struggle as a Nova and like with her past. Yeah, I mean, just basically the meat of what he's saying, like potentially being true, and also having read about what happened with Can and Capt at the same time. It's kind of like a perfect storm of introspective material.
Okay.
Oh, and then also like flashbacks of, what was it, buttons
Mm-hmm.
going through her head. It's like this sweet, adorable, helpful dog that like will never be the same if he's still alive.
You just see Trevor being like, oh, the veterinarians who came over just said they'd never seen something so terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And finally, Manateen.
All right, so Manateen will reflect on all of the lost souls in the onslaught of King Crab on the Atlantean hatcheries, and how they will never recover, and how the police weren't enough, and it was heroes. It was heroes that rose to the occasion and were needed. And he will resist this roll.
All right, cool. So go ahead and roll plus. Oh, just roll.
I got a 4.
Ooh, so on a miss, their words hit you hard. You're gonna have to mark a condition, and yeah, I think he's gonna. I think he's going to actually knock down your. Ooh, I think it's gonna work a little bit differently for you. I think it's gonna knock your savior down to -1. It's gonna make you feel. Did you just check a thing, Alex?
No, I did not.
You check afraid.
Mm-hmm.
And put your mundane to 0 and your savior to -2.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so I think it's just like the issue of like, oh my god, maybe we aren't those heroes. Maybe I'm just a regular person who's as scared as everybody else.
I'm just a regular manatid.
Yeah.
In a human skin.
And I am living in human world. Yeah. So, that's the deal. And like all these but that's suddenly when Wade Hammond stands up and he yells this. And the dean next to him is like, "Wait, sit down! Shut up, Wade!" And he yells again, like,
"No, you shut up!
Wade, save this school from everybody!"
Yeah, and then he starts chanting, "Halcyon High, Halcyon High,
Halcyon High, Halcyon High."
Yeah, and I think, oof. I think that Wade Hammond is trying to. Could we say that he's trying to directly engage a threat in a battle of words with this guy? Captain Football.
This is directly engage a threat?
Yeah, roll plus danger.
Oh, hell yeah. I rolled a 6, and my danger is +3.
All right, so pretty good. So that's what, 9?
9.
Yeah.
Hold on, I've got a... When I directly engage a threat, you can cause significant collateral damage to your environment to choose an additional option, even on a miss. I'd like to invoke that and cause significant collateral damage if possible.
Pick one of these.
Ooh, start a riot.
So wait, I rolled a 9, so I pick one, and then for the China shop, I'd pick another one, I think. I was going to impress them and create an opportunity, and then the collateral damage was going to be to our reputations. I don't care. Whatever you guys want to do.
Okay, no, that could work. Yeah. So say that again. What are you going with? So you're gonna impress, surprise, frighten them?
Yeah, I want to impress the crowd, and create an opportunity for like the rest of the teammates to jump in, and then I'm guessing the collateral damage we take is like to our reputations.
Sure. I think the way that that's going to work is this guy is surprised, where he's like, "Oh my god, I never thought that this." And he he kind of like starts to kind of back up, and I think the part of the collateral damage to that their reputation and the opportunity here is everything gets. You guys definitely have an opportunity as the crowd gets really restless, and people are yelling like, "Wait a minute, Wade, you're the one who did that thing!" Like, oh, it makes sense. He's the one who hurt Biff. And the crowd is like at the point of nearly rioting, and I think this guy, Councilman Davies, is just kind of like, I gotta get out of here. Like, oh, this is what I'm talking about. I never would have. Oh. And he's kind of gonna leave, but yeah, this crowd of high school students is on the verge of rioting.
All right. Let's push them over the edge.
So a lot of people, I think like a fight breaks out right next to you guys.
So they trade blows then, right?
I think like the school cop, Officer Delahy, like grabs your wrist and is like you're coming with me, son. And I think you're gonna have to take another condition.
Wow. So
You don't have
I can do to avoid the condition?
I think you're gonna take that condition, but you can resist going with him.
Alright. I'll be guilty again.
Okay. Thinking about looking around and seeing that like now all these people are like literally there's two guys punching each other right next to you.
It's like, man, I just can't win.
How about the rest of the crew?
Anya will be trying to keep like a low profile here because he's definitely not interested in like owning up to this, especially right now. Like, what is the ire of the crowd just sort of like general, or is it direct toward?
So the ire. Well, that sounds like you're trying to figure out the situation here, right?
Yeah, let's do that. I am trying to figure the situation here. What
Go
is
ahead,
the
roll.
situation here?
Roll plus superior.
Oops. Oh, actually, that's not so bad. All right, I got an 8.
8. So you get to ask one of those questions.
Oh,
What here can I use to blank? What here is the biggest threat?
Ranger, got it. Ooh, how can we best this quickly?
How could you best end this quickly? Knock Wade out.
Knock Wade out?
Yeah, because I think like half of the school is so pissed because of what he said that like knocking him out would satiate them to a certain degree, and then the other like half would like be like either confused or disheartened or like there'd be enough of like what the hell's even going on that would I think that would stop things more quickly.
Ooh. Okay.
Unfortunately,
Can I,
we lost Wade. No.
Did we?
There we go. Never mind.
Wait. Can I like communicate this to Wade? Be like, listen, like if we can just like take you out of the picture, we can dial all this down.
You can yell it to him. He's right next to you. Where Officer, I think I said Delahy has like grabbed his wrist.
Yeah. Wait, can you play possum?
Yeah? Why?
Good. And then I'll punch him in the face with like my
Okay.
little girl fist. It's like would do no real damage at all.
And does Wade play possum with that one?
Can we do this as a move? Take a powerful blow. When you take a powerful blow, roll plus conditions marked. On the 10 plus, choose one.
I think here's the problem with that. I think physically, Anya punching Wade is not a powerful blow.
Oh, okay.
I think that if Wade is going along with it, also it's also not a powerful blow.
Okay.
But you could
Yeah,
try
he'll play
to.
along, for sure. His feelings are hurt, though.
Understandable.
Okay.
You're gonna have a lot of team talking to do later.
So Anya like punches Wade, and Wade goes, "Oh, I've been punched," and falls down.
I've been knocked out again. Not another concussion.
Yeah.
They say they get easier every time.
I think that like Officer Delahy. I think we see that, and the next panel is kind of like this is we turn the page, and the next panel is
I was gonna say I'm ready to punch somebody that I shouldn't. It's a thing for beacons to do.
okay.
Or you
well,
saying Manateen?
yeah.
They might as well take me in as well. I'm also useless and just worthless. I'm a bad teen, and I've done wrong, and it's time to turn myself in.
All right. Sure.
I'm a coward. I haven't stood up for anything real, and I also don't really know who I am anymore.
All right. So yeah. So in that
We're
case,
kind of doing the opposite attack.
okay. So I think this ends with you guys all in squad cars. If that maybe makes sense. But
So did I punch somebody that I shouldn't?
sure. Who was the person you punched that you shouldn't have?
I think I guess who's ever taking Wade, the revealed Captain Football away.
So Officer Delahy.
Yeah,
Sure. All right.
that makes sense why I would be in the car too.
Yeah. So maybe we see that like him being punched. So I think like we have then that shot instead of just Captain Football and Anya in a squad car, we see like shots of all of you guys in squad cars. Why does Manateen end up in a squad car?
Just he's insisting that he's done bad, and as they keep turning him away, he's as he keeps being turned away, he goes for one of the cops' guns. and just shoot me. Just get it over with. I'm a failure.
It still stinks of
No
urine.
wins. Yeah. Yeah. It's the most demoralizing day he's ever had.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, yeah. So, obviously that happens, and we have that shot, and we turn the page, and like all of you guys are in the like a drunk tank, basically. Like kind of at the county lockup, and maybe you're in like slightly separate areas.
You're
as
in.
opposed to you're in instead of just one big cell, and yeah,
Manateen's disappointed to learn that the drunk tank is in fact not a tank.
yeah.
What a letdown. Not a surprise.
Well, while that's happening, you guys are in there, and there's some other people who are like, like people in there for public urination, public drunkenness. Some other folks like, I got a DUI. Everybody's
They put the minors in here with
100%. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're like, what do we do with these kids? Like, just lock them up in there for a minute. Yeah, so maybe they're on the other side of the hallway. There's like, so you guys are in one little area, and then there's all these other people, and I think we're gonna kind of call stuff there, as you guys are just like in this kind of in this drunk tank, and Manatee. I think that you can notice this, and this is maybe the shot we end on, but we'll go through the end of session stuff. You're like, wait a minute. The pressure in here is off, and as a manatid, I'm very aware of the pressure. Something's up. Like barometric pressure kind of a thing.
Yes.
Yes.
There's let me
Eat these carrots.
Yeah. No, let me consult. I can't. Am I in a cell? I can't contact anybody.
Well, we're gonna end the session here, and then
The
we'll come
pressure
back.
is off. I'll shout that.
And the drunk guy's like, man, Under Pressure is a great song, greatest duet I ever heard in my life. Freddie Mercury and David Bowie. It was brilliant. Every single time I hear that song, I start to cry like I'm pissing out of my eyeballs.
No, get down.
Yeah, Get Down was a great album. I loved it. I think we see, like I said, the last shot is you guys in the in these prison cells, and it's like long shots of you guys kind of thinking about how you managed to get here and what's going on in your lives. And then we see that Manateen can tell, like, wait, the pressure in here, something's off. Outside, we see the boots of like combat boots and armored boots standing in front of the county jail.
Thanks for listening in to This American Dice Presents Masks, Episode 4. The cast for this episode includes Carl as Helix, David as Shadow Boxer, Alex as Manateen, and Leigh as Captain Football. Our game master for this episode was Austin. Masks is a game by Magpie Games. Be sure to check us out next week for another exciting episode of This American Dice.
And says Leigh is going to do a CrossFit demonstration for us. I ordered a Peloton. This is not what I expected. You're not even on a bike.